And it don't seem fair, only worry in the world is the tide gonna reach my chair.
11:08. I feel like I only got a couple of days left of summer songs because, Thin Lizzy's going to be playing, kids are back, or, school's back in session or whatever you want to call it. And, all the fun songs get to go away. So I got Zach Brown Band for like 2 more days and I'm living it up, We got Rich and Mary here with us, Buttercup, Ranch, and Creamy. There's a ton of stuff happening. I didn't even know what better way to lead it in other than just introducing you on, saying let's dive right into this. And really excited to have you on the show, but really just too much to talk about. Leave it up to you. Where do we start?
All right. Well, we're going to break this into edible pieces here. We started a farm back in 2010, and we're not farmers. My mom came from a farming background, but it was mostly just crops, but not animals. And so we came up with the name Buttercup Ranch and Creamy. I'm going to let Mary tell you how we came up with Buttercup.
Yeah, well, it was from our first date. Date how old we are. By our first date was in the movie theater. It was Princess Bride.
Oh,
so yeah, people
really
remember
good.
that. Yeah. So yeah, that was our first date, and so he started calling me Princess Buttercup, and he's farm boy. So when we got our farm, we named our first cow Buttercup.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
That's really cool. Well, and now what led to this? Because, just hearing that, you weren't farmers by background. You got into this. What was that first experience? I mean, when you decide, let's go ahead and do this, you get your first cow. What's that process like? What's the learning curve?
Let me tell you.
It was crazy.
Just so you know, don't jump into farming and get a milking cow for your first animal.
Is that a lived lesson?
We went from 0 to 100 overnight. But I do want to mention that there were some philosophical reasons that we wanted to do this.
Okay.
And the number one was we wanted to teach your children discipline. We want them to have chores. We want them to do stuff. We want them to learn.
Yeah.
And then the second one was we were concerned that we weren't well aware of where our food came from, and we wanted to do things as naturally as possible. So we actually grass feed our beef and grass feed our lamb. So we don't have hormones or antibiotics. There's no steroids. I won't say we won't ever do an antibiotic if the animal can be saved, but we don't normally. And then we don't do chemical fertilizers either. We use the solar radiation from the sun, and their manure, and it's absolutely perfect. And then the final one was this, because we didn't know how to take care of ourselves. Our grandkids, my grandparents and their parents, they knew all this stuff. We don't.
Right.
We're kind of.
I like that.
Yeah.
Well, and I really think that's such a good lesson in life too, because so many times, especially my generation, we kind of run away from things that are a little bit new to us or what we don't understand because it's just not. There's just easier things that we can accomplish, but to really challenge yourselves that way is fascinating. Number one, number two, with the topic on healthy eating, the last couple of years, especially, and having those healthy grass-fed cattle, that grass-fed livestock, that's really important too, and really it just touches on a bigger issue that's happening globally right now too.
Right. Tell the story of Nikki and driver's ed.
Oh, okay. So just a story that I like to tell about my one of our daughters, Nikki. Teaching them, to be responsible and to know how to do things. So I was taking her to driver. We homeschooled them, so I had to take them to the local high school to do their driver's ed. And so we were going there, and it was had been a rainy day, so I got stuck in the mud going out of the house. So my daughter, Nikki, she jumps out of the car, runs back to the barn, gets the tractor, drives it around, hooks me up, pulls me out, and then I drive her to driver's ed. So yeah.
Isn't that great?
Well, let me ask you this. Do you think the farm because it seems like your children really developed greatly with having this piece of land and everything you did with it. Were you able to see them develop a lot differently, instantly, or did it take some time for adaptations, and to learn?
Oh, great question. It's a process.
Yeah.
And so, oh boy, I tell you, you can't expect things overnight, but they they don't shy away from things that are more complex, you know, and not all of them have jumped right in to mimic exactly what we do, but they eat healthy and they are more engaged in what they do. So it's a process, you know, that's, you know, that probably took years.
That's really fascinating. Well, and you know what I think too is just, you know, as we touch on the farm a little bit more, that farm, it and we'll talk about here in a second, it expands into so many different opportunities too. And just one last thing, just because you hit on it, when you don't know about something, you do it. I mean, how many times do we sit there, especially I do it, you know, I'm like, my car's making a weird noise. I'll just take it to the mechanic. And, you know, the very simple $10 item that I could replace myself was now $480. So it's really teaching your family how to be self-sustaining too. And that's very important.
It is.
I love that. Well, and you know, take me through the farm life a little bit more. Take me through what the farmlands. You know, what's the landscape look like? What's the geography?
Okay, so we the main farm is on 40 acres. That was an old strip mine, and so there's there's actually some part that's tillable, and there's some part that's not. The part that's not tillable just means there's a lot more rocks and stuff in it, but that's perfect hayfield. And then there's some they're not natural lakes, they're man-made lakes. There's a 3-acre and a 5-acre lake, but because it was a strip mine, they're very deep. And so, you know, when we got there was lots of brush, and you got to love the bush honeysuckle and all that stuff.
Isn't that such a nice invasive species?
I tell you what, I hate that thing.
You know, real quick, we had an interview with Lewis and Clark. They were doing a ton of experiments on how to get rid of it, and they found something that's working really well. They're almost done with their experiment, but they had them in sections, and these kids worked hard in their ecology classes to figure it out.
Wow.
Yeah, it was really cool.
Nice,
Sorry, just a sidebar.
I want to know.
Yeah, really. Let's talk to them.
I definitely want to know.
I'll get you a contact for that.
So, as you know, as things gone on with the farm, you know, and then grass fed is really our passion.
Yeah.
You know, there's a magazine out there called The Stockman's Grass Farmer, and I encourage everyone to just get that. I actually read this for 3 or 4 years before we finally just said, you know what, you're not going to know everything, jump in and do it. And so it used to be called the Stockman's Farmer, you know, for raising beef, but it's now called the grass. You know, I just lost my train of thought, but it's the grass farmer. So if you can't learn how to grow grass, you can't grow animals. So, you know, and you know,
very important.
High protein grass to finish your animals. So and then moving them around. So, you know, this is another thing. Management intensive grazing is another concept, or rotational grazing. It's out there. You might only, if you throw all your cows on a 10-acre field, you're going to get maybe 100 days of feed. If you put them off in one little tiny segment, let them eat all that up, then move them on another segment, and then move them on another, you're going to get 200 days of food out of them, because what they're not on starts to grow again.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
This is awesome. And now at the farm, you guys currently offer pork, chicken, and eggs, but there's more coming, correct?
So we offer our pork is slowed down. We're going to have that probably next spring, but we have beef and lamb and then eggs right now. So
really cool.
Yeah.
And how do we learn more just on that aspect and of how we can, you know, utilize some of that? Because I'm telling you, there's a whole huge group of folks that are looking for that source.
When you do some of these links later. Right now it's personal invitation. We don't have a formal store, so you basically make an appointment to come see us, and then, you know, pick out your stuff in the humongo freezers downstairs. So
that's really interesting. I just want to make sure we got that across too, that folks could stop by and see you for a really good source of protein.
Yeah, and it's good
dairy
stuff. If you've never, don't discourage, you know, folks that use grain or that stuff like that, but it's a different taste, and there's a lot higher level of the different nutrients in it that actually are anti-carcinogenic too. So
well, and now on the farm, do you guys have other opportunities for like camping and different things or anything like that?
Good lead in. Yeah.
Yes, we do. Yes, we are actually on Airbnb and also on Hip Camp.
I like this
for camping. So yeah, people can come out and camp. They put their tent out, and not only that, I mean, they can, you know, have their own events out on the farm, like weddings or
Right.
birthday
Yeah.
parties.
Well, and see, that's what I was looking at because, I'm currently we're doing the whole, I'm getting married in April.
Oh, congratulations.
We'll make you a special deal.
But it's just, when you're looking for spots, and I'll take you to some of these pictures. I mean, look at that. That's absolutely beautiful. That's on your guys' farm, correct?
Yeah.
And now just look at the detail of the pergola, too. And the background of the lake that's there is so cool. And what I think's unique about this is that there's not a lot of spots that look like that in this area, where people
Yeah.
want that rustic and outdoor wedding and want to be able to kind of be immersed. It's kind of hard to find it in the
It is.
availability. And this is really a great opportunity to be a part of it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And now, weddings. What's your wedding calendar look like? How do we get in touch?
It's
for that?
actually fairly good right now.
Wow.
Do you
Yeah,
have
but if you go to our website, the www.buttercup-ranch.com, and you can find out more there and
So
call us to have a tour so you can check it out.
What a great! I mean, look at some of these. The brush line on that makes that picture perfect
Yeah.
too, and that's what I think's really cool. And there's so many just great pieces on here that are worth sharing, and especially when you come like this one too, where you see everybody having a good time in the tent and just enjoying life, and really just shows that you guys have the space for these events too.
We do, yeah.
That's awesome.
We can handle comfortably up to 200, a party of 200. So
Really cool. And now, take me through. What's this part of the facility? Because I saw this a little bit earlier. Is that part of the wedding venue too?
So that was construction of a bridge to where the hoop or the pergola is.
Okay, perfect.
So that's that was actually a real fun project. We have a lumber mill, and we actually milled that wood ourselves. That's white oak from west of Moorland over in Waterloo, and that's handmade. And there's still some bits and pieces. The flooring portion is done, but the railing still has to be put up on that. But it's all timber framed, and with mortise and tenon and stuff like that. So. The pergola, there's no metal in that. It's all wood pegs.
That's really cool. Well, I mean, the pergola is beautiful. And I mean, we'll go back and look at that again because, I was a little bit too far away. I just think that is one of the just prettiest pergolas I've and I love the flowers on that. Is that customized? Can you put whatever you want on there, or is that set?
Yeah, that's a local vendor. That Michelle Lisher.
Yeah, we don't have a link to her because we weren't planning on pushing that. But Michelle Lisher,
she's out of Freeburg, and she's amazing. Yeah,
It's just beautiful. I mean, it really is. And honestly, it seems like weddings are just kind of one of the things that you can do there. I mean, it seems like for celebrations or birthday parties, reunions, the whole 9 yards.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a birthday party picture in there too, isn't there?
There's a birthday photo shoot. Yeah. Somebody came. You can do photo shoots.
Oh, I see the photo shoot right here, and there happens to be now was he invited to the photo shoot? Or she was the?
Yeah, that's why they wanted all the cows.
Okay.
They wanted all the cows.
Were they invited?
Yeah, that's what they wanted. They wanted to have the cows.
Oh my goodness, she's a cutie. Look at
Yeah, isn't that awesome?
and you can't see it here.
You can't.
There you go. She's eating the cake.
Yeah.
There while
Can't make this up either. So that's true.
Well, and I just love it because you guys all have literally a one-stop shop for so many things because it seemed like for a long time, especially if you wanted different photo shoots like that, you couldn't just go to a wedding venue. You had to go find a different place for it. And if you wanted an event, but the wedding venue's booked that weekend and that's the place you wanted, you were kind of stuck.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
This is really cool. Love this. And now, what are some of the other opportunities that are out there when it comes to event space, when it comes to tours? Can, families kind of take that together? What's that look like?
Yeah, they can come out, and a lot of times when people camp, we let them have a farm tour. They can go around and feed the animals. And
That's
help with
awesome.
some of the chores. Yeah,
That's awesome.
And all these little events have kind of morphed into other things. So we started doing camping and weddings and farm tours, and now, in 2020 we started doing concerts on the farm, and the first one was actually a COVID relief concert almost. not helping out COVID victims or anything, but people were so, they're tied up in their house or this. And so we had a recorded artist come out to our farm, and, we were sympathetic to, okay, you get this space, you get that space. People at that point started not even caring.
Yeah, I bet.
And the mask came off, because, hey, you're outside. What can happen?
Well, and people miss community so much.
They did.
That's really cool. Well, and I think that's really unique because we're getting ready to talk about some of these events that are coming down the pipeline, and there's a ton to be a part of, especially here in the next couple of weeks. And kind of let's dive right into this. Let's talk about it. And that's the first one. Should it be the big band in the concert?
Yeah. So
Yes.
here's a little. This is what's going to be on a little road yard sign here shortly. Mm-hmm. But the balloon glow and the live music. The live music's generic now, so I don't have to keep reprinting everything. But the band itself is Scott Vignosi's Big Little Big Band. And
that's awesome.
There's
Yeah,
a
that's
roll
gonna be wonderful.
picture of that.
Well,
Yeah.
and I mean, and you can go to the website too. That's ButtercupRanch.com, and just go to the current events tab. You will see the Patriots weekend set for September the 5th. Now, balloon glow and a big band concert. The balloon glow is going to be awesome.
It'll be awesome.
That's
Now,
our first time to do the
this
balloon
will be
glow.
our first
yeah.
time. Yep. And we hope it all works out. But weather will cancel that if it's if this crosswind's greater than 7 to 10 knots. I mean, but the concert's going rain or shine. It's under the tent.
Well,
and this band is a big band. They do Count Basie. They have a guy that can mimic Frank Sinatra, and it blows
He's
you
amazing.
away.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, these guys are phenomenal.
This is so cool. I mean, especially too for not a lot of people have experienced a big band concert before too, and this it's so much fun if you guys haven't been a part of this yet. And now, entry fees are $20 per car.
That's per car.
That's
Okay,
what I was gonna
no
ask.
buses,
So-
please. Listen, we need to pay somebody, right?
But I mean, think about that. When can you ever bring your family of 4 out for $20?
Yeah.
You can't.
Yeah.
Can't.
That's
Yeah.
incredible.
And then we're going to have
And then we
food
have
available
and
for
there's
people to
there's
purchase
food
food.
vendors there too, so you can purchase food. We've got Royale Catering. They're local out of Millstadt, and they're amazing. They have amazing smash burgers and brisket sandwiches. They're great. And then we have for dessert. There's the Donut Den. They're friends of ours that they bring their truck out and they make fresh donuts, and
They have a
the
donut
best.
machine that you can watch go slow.
Oh, no,
Yeah,
that's fun.
yeah. So yeah.
And they've added a frozen apple slushy. So,
Wow.
So that'll be fun. That's a
that'll
new
be
thing.
perfect.
I haven't even tasted that yet, so I'm anxious.
That'll be perfect. And now the big thing, though, this is 6 to 9 p.m. on Friday, September the 5th. And that physical address for all of you that want to put it into your Apple Maps now or your Google Maps, 3801 Douglas Road. That's Millstadt, Illinois, 62260 for the zip code. And now this benefits local first responders. And this is a really big portion of this.
I am gonna talk heavy on that right now. I was Air Force for 20 years, and when I was at Scott Air Force Base, when 9/11 happened, a couple days after it, I'm looking up on television and I see Ogie talking about his brother. Now, Ogie was the nickname for Jim Oganowski, and Ogie's talking about his brother, who was the captain of Flight 11. That was the first plane to hit the tower, and I'm like, oh my goodness. So the very first year we did our triathlon, it was the 20th anniversary of 9/11. And we haven't talked about the triathlon yet, but we'll get into that. I called Ogie and I said, Ogie, can we do this in memory of your brother? He goes, absolutely. He signs everything, never forget, on all of his correspondence. And I said, Ogie, we'd like to give the family 20%. He goes, nah, we're fine. Find somebody else. So we went and thought about it for a little bit. And we said, you know what? Let's do 10% to our fire department and 10% to our police department, our first responders. He goes, oh, that's perfect. Just get me a t-shirt. I go, what's your size? And the Oganowskis also have a farm, and their farm is in northeastern Massachusetts, and
really
so
cool.
they're specialized more in kind of the fall, pumpkins, flowers and stuff like that. But so there's a connection that we have just, in the farm and working the land, which is amazing. And when Ogie and I were working together, we were living in England, and he was in the Air National Guard. And our job was to do dispatching, for lack of a better word, flight plans, altitude reservations, diplomatic overflight clearances for air refueling missions over the Atlantic Ocean.
Wow.
And so, for about a year and a half, Ogie he worked, his assets on the East Coast, and I would work the tanker assets, in the England area. And so pretty fascinating. So some of the stuff that just happened in the news where we force project, and it took over 100 different aircraft, the highest percentage of those aircraft were tankers.
Wow.
doing the air refueling, so no one had to stop.
That's incredible.
Very cool job.
I could only imagine just the focus and the dedication you need to even achieve to get to that level too. That's got to be just incredible. And I think too, it's so important for especially my generation and younger generations after mine, because I'm kind of in the last, I hate to say it, but the never forget era, because we lived it so close to when it happened, and I don't remember the event happening, but
Sure.
The further we get away from it, the fear is that we forget why America does the things that we do, and what
Exactly.
makes us united in that front. And I think that's so important that you guys remember that every year. I think that's a really good note.
So one plug for something that we are going to be doing next year, which we haven't really formalized yet, but we're going to be doing a mud race.
Oh wow, that'll be
Yeah.
fun.
On D-Day.
Oh wow.
So, and this is going to be, again, we're going to try to make it as historic as possible. So
Yeah.
look for that. That'll be on the 6th of June.
That'll be so unique.
And it'll be fun and historic, and so we'll get more information
Have you
about
seen
out to you guys.
the National Memorial of Great Military Ascent they're putting up in Grafton?
I have not.
This is all
Yeah.
about, and it's going to. They had Army Rangers come in and help 3D cast these models of all the soldiers that went on the bluffs in Normandy that day. And it's going to be really beautiful.
Oh,
That's
nice.
what's outside.
That's
there on
interesting.
That.
We
Okay,
need to involve
okay.
these
Yeah,
guys.
yeah, that'd be really
great.
cool to tie you guys
Yeah,
together.
thanks.
Well, and on September the 6th, which is the day after the Big Family Fun day with the balloon glow, which is going to be really cool, and that's subject to win. But if you haven't been a part of it, really take a look and take a gander.
Yeah,
because it's worth it.
and what's nice about it is that it's for a lot of people, it's not too far away, and it's a little bit smaller than the big ones.
Yeah.
So they don't have to fight the traffic. Yeah.
Yeah, but don't think it's that small. I can fit
I'm not
700
saying
cars
that,
on that
but-
parking
That's
lot.
right.
Bring it on. Come
That's
on.
right,
Show me.
Rich.
Prove me wrong.
This is cool. On September the 6th, starting at 7 a.m. registration.
7 a.m. We are having a sprint triathlon, and this is our fifth annual sprint triathlon. I got to tell you a little bit about that. My oldest son, and his wife Noelle, they've given us 4 beautiful grandchildren. They're living in Lancaster, Pennsylvania now. We just actually spent a week with them, doing stuff and just having a ball. But he's been an avid cyclist forever, and he's like, "Dad, let's do a triathlon on the property." I'm like, "What?" He goes, "Yeah, come on, we got this, we got that, And so I go, "I'm not doing it without your help." So he was a co-race director the first year with me, and I still defer to him. But so again, and I told you a little bit about that we do support the local first responders and stuff like that. But that's kind of how it started. And so Mary can show you some of the.
Yeah, these are beautiful.
These are the
some
fun.
of the
Start with the second. Yeah.
Oh, look at
So
that
this is the second annual. And so we have all these little characters.
Yeah.
And they're just fun. And then, we have a fairly good list of sponsors on the back, depending the level of sponsorship
right.
you do. This is kind of some of the sponsors that we've had, through the years, and I tell you what, every bit counts.
It does,
We
yeah.
don't make money in this. We go on the whole every year, but that's not the point.
Right.
The point is, anybody who contributes, anybody who does a sponsorship, their money comes off the top for the 20%. We don't care.
Well, 1,000% over it, because it's so important. The reason that we're doing this, and what are some of those other ones, Mary? Some of those are really cool.
Here's the fourth. This is,
third one. That's
So we added paddle on this one. So people, not everybody can swim, and then there we go.
You know what I think's great is you see a lot of the same sponsors too that said, we're in for the long haul here.
They are,
That's
yeah.
cool.
And then the last one, you could show that one too. Yeah. This was last year.
I like that color. I like the blue.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, that
It's
blue's
really
a
pretty.
nice one. Wow, I like it a lot. Now, this is the medal I'll never win, correct? Oh,
Yeah, here's the this was kind of, last year was kind of fun because we had a timing company that it didn't work out, and Alpine Shop just rolled right in and just took over our timing. It was pretty amazing. These guys are awesome. And then Innovative Timing Systems.
They're out of St. Louis.
They're out of St. Louis.
Yeah.
They are actually a world-renowned timing company. They make chips. They make the encoders, the antennas, and everything. So they have it good. So now we have.
Yeah, this is the medal I'll never win.
hold that up. This is really fun because
I'm not that fast.
so we do the same medal every year.
Okay.
Okay. And the very first
And
year,
everyone gets one of these.
everyone gets.
Oh, okay, so
Everyone
I can
gets
win.
this.
Yeah.
So everyone gets this, and again, then we divided up ages and how
Yeah.
for second and third for whatever. That's what we did for the finisher, and we just did in memory of John Oganowski, captain of Flight 11. Never forget. That's not on. We don't do that on the back of them anymore. That was
Okay.
just the first year. But what we do are participation pins.
That's
so show
cool.
them that.
Yeah, that's
every
those are
year
cool.
they get, this is the,
I'll
and we
put
have
that
our
right.
fifth one, our new one. We have
This
that
is the
up
new
there.
one.
Yeah.
So we have, just the different characters, and then we're doing some different
nice.
finishes. We'll do a silver one. Actually, we're going to do silver. The jug is going to be for the 6th annual. But this one was kind of a fun one because it's the poor apple that doesn't know if he's swimming, biking, or running.
That'd be me. Now, this is open water, 500-meter swim. There's a 20K bike race and then a 5K run, all wrapped up into this. And again, this is a benefit for local first responders. I already had that website up that you saw that had that registration link, and that's Spider-Man sprinttriathlon.itchyourrace.com, but we'll put that into the article so you don't have to worry about remembering all that right now. We'll just put that hyperlink in so you can click and go and sign up. Now, are you guys still looking for volunteers?
So we do need
Yes,
volunteers.
yes,
Okay.
we do. We need a lot of volunteers.
How can we be a part of this and help you?
All right. So go ahead, Mary. You can
Oh, I mean,
for the volunteers. What?
right. They just need to go. I mean, go to our website.
Oh, okay.
Or call. We can call us. Mm-hmm. And I can send out a list of all the different positions that we have.
Really well, and none of this is made possible without sponsors, like you guys said. And you have a ton of really great support here. I mean, like from your low level or your hell, I don't even know where to start here because there's like 15 of them. You got Mary Lou Eckert, you got Doc Hoffenditz Photography, Gain Signs, Hinterlands Forestry LLC, and you got Freeburg Total Fitness. And honestly, it goes on from there because there's there's pages of this, and that's what I think.
Let me talk about Marlou. Marlou is their farmer.
Was he?
She she lives right next. I mean, her farm is right next to us.
Okay.
And so, in previous years, we've had steps that go over our fence into her land, and that's where the bike transition area is.
Oh,
so since
good neighbor.
Yeah, absolutely. And as we grow, we're actually redesigning the transition area a little bit this year so we can handle up to 300 participants. So bring that on. Come on, prove me wrong on that
300 participants.
Yeah, so I'd be off the charts.
But think about it. It's not just 300 participants. That's all that money raised to go to your first responders.
Yeah, it'll
that's
help,
where I think
absolutely.
And we just did a story today where Glenn Carbon, thanks to a $15,000 donation, we're able to add a canine to the repertoire and add that to patrols. And you don't realize how that community impacts so much more than just your neighborhood. I mean we're talking village wide and city wide and region wide. So unique. And now look at this. I mean, I'm not lying. I mean, I think I might. Do you guys need sales jobs or anything like that? Because we could hire some sales people. I really just think this is great. And this is just the Rolodesk of wonderful sponsors that are being a part of this, like Apex Physical Therapy Network. They're wonderful. Innovative Timing Systems is a part of that as well.
Chips, and they're actually giving us 2 people out of to help us.
Are they really?
Yeah.
They're giving us
That's
2
good
volunteers to
support.
help
Yeah.
us with the timing system because this is a very complex, and we ended up buying the system, but I don't know how to run it. These guys do.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know how to run it.
And then,
there's a lot that goes into it.
Yeah.
We have Jared and Mike are the ones from Alpine Shop, and they don't work for Alpine Shop anymore, but Alpine Shop's given them all the tents, all the little teardrops, all the final things. So Alpine Shop is just rolling in again, and I definitely want to give them a shout out.
Really
the picture
cool.
from last year.
Yeah.
That's all the stuff that
Oh,
was
wow.
just pretty amazing.
That is really cool.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I get that now. And now I'm also ATI Physical Therapy a part of this as well.
Yeah, we're
absolutely.
excited about that. They're a new sponsor, and they're our
Thanks for joining the
local
team.
in Millstadt, and we're excited to have them.
Thanks for joining the team. Well, and also another sponsor is Empire Auto Sales, another Millstadt business.
Yep. Yeah.
A lot of community support on
Yeah,
that.
absolutely.
And now are they new or returning?
They
They're
are
new.
new.
They're new.
Another
They're
new
new.
sponsor.
Yep.
Well, look at this is really cool.
Yeah, we're excited.
Now fill me in on Electrobrew.
So Electrobrew, okay. So one of the families that just help us out tremendously is the Swenson family, and so they're actually part of our focus group. And the oldest son, Matthew, was the best man at our son's wedding. So he's a partner in this hydrating coffee. It's coffee with electrolytes. Okay, so it's totally different. Now they had a bean and a ground coffee bean stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Now they have stuff in cans. So hopefully they'll have some of that out to sample, during the race time. So yeah, great.
That is
concept.
really cool. Well, and now First National Bank of Waterloo, they're really wonderful. Just First National Bank is always sponsoring everything. It seems like, and really a good
they're great.
region partner
The
too.
marquee.
And they put us on their marquee too.
Oh, do they?
Yeah, so we love that. Thank you guys. Thank you, Ann.
And then also Lee's Home Center.
Yeah,
Please.
they're great.
They've been there forever for us. So yeah, these guys are amazing. And to have such a high quality store close to us is just phenomenal.
It's incredible. And now, what I think again is just amazing is just all the local support too. I think that that's really cool and speaks volumes of the community that you guys are a part of.
Yeah.
Well, and also RW Apparel.
Yeah, Regal Wear. They're our t-shirt people. And
so
they give us
they're the important ones.
and they give us a really good break on our t-shirts. So yeah,
They're amazing.
they're awesome.
This is really cool. And then another big shout out to Hoffman Funeral Home, correct? Another
They're a brand new sponsor.
Yeah.
brand new sponsor.
Yeah.
Look at this. You keep adding to the list. I'm telling you. Man, this is incredible. And then Hearthside Grill and Fireplace.
Yeah, they're new too, and they're super excited to be on the team. So,
This is incredible. Look at all these new sponsors here.
Okay, now Uncle Mustache Home Improvement. This is these guys are family friends, and every chance I get, he's helping me out with a project here or there, doing stuff. He actually does have a handlebar mustache.
That's incredible.
And so just an amazing family. The Peterson family, just amazing. They're a Muscuda business, but he travels quite a bit. The logs and the timber framing projects, he's like, hey, Rich, you have another log I can cut? So he goes out to the forest and will cut. The main beams on that bridge were 25 footers, and he brings these in logs to our mill. And
wow,
yeah. pretty amazing.
That is pretty amazing.
But yeah.
Wow, and then R&R Woodcraft.
So that is actually us.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's our woodworking
if
business.
you can't support yourself, that's right.
This is a fun little, very niche business. We make military shadow boxes for swords.
Wow, that's really cool.
Very niche.
Yeah, but still, though, I mean, that's really cool.
Yeah, that's fun.
Now, and then Buttercup Ranch and Creamery.
Of course.
That's a part of it.
Yep.
Hidden Waters.
Is the
wedding venue?
Is the
doing
wedding
business
venue.
ad for the
Right.
venue. Yep.
Yeah.
I love it. And then the Alpine shop that we were mentioning earlier.
Again,
and just-
amazing.
Well, and honestly, before we've been talking for 35, 40 minutes now. Before I say goodbye for now, what's the big takeaway of Buttercup Ranch and Creamery? And then we'll dive into the weekend.
All right. So the takeaway is just let us know what you need, and we'll work it out.
I love this. Well, I mean, you offer everything from
just
camping,
let us know.
weddings, events, farm tours,
Right, yeah.
you name it. And we'll link everything. You can find like the Airbnb links and all of that great stuff. We'll add that to the articles too. We'll add the links to register for the 5th annual Patriots Weekend Siderman Sprint Triathlon. I will not be competing.
Oh, come on, you can do it. I know you can.
That's true.
I gotta say that the first year I helped administer the race, and there were ladies older than me doing it. So I got this wild hair, like I could do it. So I did. I trained, and I actually did it. I was the last person. I did. I didn't do the swim though. I did the paddle. Mm-hmm. So we have that. We have a paddle option. But I was the very last finisher, but I did finish. So it's off my butt. So you can do it. If I can do it, you can do it.
And so she's off running the race, and people go, where are the paper towels for this? I don't know. Ask Mary. Oh, she's running. Where's the silverware for the? I don't know. Ask Mary. She's running. Oh, so that was kind of funny. Oh, I wanted you to tell the story about the last year's late entries.
Oh, just for. You talked about in community impact and everything, but Last year, there was somebody, they saw our race online and they signed up the night before and they came out and the dad and the son competed. And then a couple of days after, the wife contacted me and thanked us for having it. And she said it was so hard on 9/11 always, because it was a hard time for them, because they actually have a family member that passed away during that. And it turned out that their relative was the flight attendant, the first flight attendant on the same flight with John Oganowski.
Yeah, on Flight 11. So the head flight attendant.
But she was glad to be able. They were glad to be able to come out and have a way to remember them and to celebrate.
Absolutely. Well, seriously, to both of you, thank you so much for stopping by. And I'm glad we extended the show today so we get to have this live interview and really just talk about a wonderful weekend, Patriots weekend, September 5th, September the 6th. We'll link everything in a write-up on RiverBender.com. Thank you guys so much for stopping by.
Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you, CJ.
We're out of time. We'll see you back here tomorrow for more of our daily show. Join me then, won't you? Until then, try your best to stay out of jail.
What a one-way ticket back to the life he once knew. Oh, yes, he did. He said it